Hi everyone. So today's video is going to be quite a quick one. I'm using the Fawn outside in stitched scalloped rectangle stackables, say that 3 times fast, and I'm using the Fawn bun in the oven stamp set. So I've just used a couple of sentiments and one tiny little bun for the oven. The oven comes from the Sprinkled with Joy stamp and die set, including the interactive part, which I'd previously done in another video. I just kind of stamped, colored and cut out a couple of them, thinking I was going to do another Christmas themed card, and actually I decided to use it for this instead. So this is nice if you've got if you know someone who's going to be having a little person. So this is quite a cute little thing just to say, you know, this is what's happening. Or sorry, if you're having your little person, you can easily do this as a congratulations card as well. Excuse me. And I don't have the coordinating dies for a lot of my stamps now, but I didn't want to drag out my scan and cut, and this was a really easy stamp to cut out by hand, so I did that. And then I'm just using a C7 Copic marker. You can use any black or dark grey marker just to edge around the edges, and that way it looks like a cleaner cut. So that's just a tip if you haven't got a die cutting machine or a like a scan and cut, that kind of machine, you hand cut your images, you can do it that way as well, and it just gives it that clean look on around the image. Now what I'm doing is I'm putting some red tape, which is that super sticky stuff that I really don't like, but I have it, so I'm using it. And I'm just going around the edges because the interactive die for the Sprinkle with Joy actually cuts the oven door and the opening so that you can make it look like an actual oven. So at the moment I'm not going to have the door open, so I'm just sealing the back of it with some acetate. And then this is the little bun, and I'm going to put it on the tray. Again, that's in the Sprinkled with Joy stamp set. And I'm going to line it up so that I can see where it's going to go in the oven. So I'm kind of building from, if you're looking into the oven, towards the back so that I can seal everything in there. So I've got my tray with the little bun, and I'm just putting lots of tape on here. And then I'm going to put the piece that cut out to create the opening in the oven. I've now cut that out, stuck that back in so that it looks like the oven's closed, if that makes sense, and so that there's a back to the oven, whereas otherwise it would just look like this random you'd have like the inside of your oven would be whatever color your cardstock is, which is fine too, but I wanted it to all look cohesive. So here, and you'll see I do have some issues with the handle, but the handle actually creates this sort of 3-dimensional type of handle, and it automatically, when you die cut it, it puts little score lines in already for you, so that it's easy to fold them, so that you create this 3-dimensional handle for your oven. And the same with the little tea towel, it die cuts that out. I just used a gingham style stamp, which is also a Fawn stamp, I believe, and you see my handle came off there, and I just used that to create like a little, what do you call it, like a tea towel, kitchen towel for my oven. I just thought that added a little bit of something fun. I have the card base is, I believe I used a Nina Solar White card for the card base, and this is the heavier weight, so this is the 110 pound cardstock, and it's just 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4, and I've used one of the scalloped, what are they called, the outside in stitched scalloped rectangle stackables, to create just a nice white background for my oven to sit on. And I like the white on white. I think it's very simple, but I think because the colors and the focus is on the bun in the oven, if you will, I thought that lent itself to it. I just think it looks quite smart that way. And so I, just to add a bit more dimension and just a little bit of something else, I added some foam adhesive to the back of the scallop panel and stuck that on. And no, we're not, there's no buns and ovens here, just you know. I don't think this would be the way that I would announce it. Let's put it that way. But there you go. It's quite a simple card. Like I say, I did do the oven beforehand. I had that, you know, I often will stamp and color and die cut a bunch of images and then they're ready to go. So that's just another tip. But I hope you enjoyed this card. I hope you are enjoying what I'm creating so far this year. And I wanted to say, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more from me. And I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye.